So there's one on top of the mushrooms. I remember that. Here we go. Accessing gg.archive. Oh good, I was looking for a place to store all my giant mushrooms anyway. I bet Dad would have laughed at that one. What? What? I'm so confused. Who the fuck is this person? Nothing new from the fact that I unlocked that. So I guess now we're gonna venture out and try to talk to all those drones that we saw before? Alright, hold on. I'm not doing this again without a list. Okay, so I have a list that I'm gonna use. So it turns out that the very first one was the one that was on top of the thing before. The one that talked about rebuilding the conservatory. So I'm gonna go back home. And honestly, after I read all these archive drone things, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Until this game updates. Like, unless there's more lore to be found somewhere, I don't think there's a lot left to do. I don't think unveiling, popping this guy is gonna reveal anything new and spectacular. I think it's just resources. So here we go. Rebuild. Yep, this is the very first one, so here we go. I got the idea for this conservatory from a history book I had as a kid. I thought it was so lovely the way that you could be inside it but feel like you were in the world outside at the same time. I wish I had something like this back home. Maybe then I wouldn't always have had to run off to look for plants and mushrooms. Maybe I would have been closer to them. Your parents, yeah. I wonder if anywhere on here they talk about meeting a friend, Victor. Alright, so that was number 1. Let me mark that off. Here he is. Okay, here we go. My gosh, this grass! Just look at the colors change as I speak! I just arrived at this island and I'm already finding one of the most unique botanical discoveries in recent memory. It's all too good to be true. Oh. So these archive ones must be like when he first arrived here, okay. Yep, there it is. Now, this one said that they were in over their head when they first started here and that they were doing everything wrong, but they were happy, and this time they're going to do everything right. Let's see if this log is from when they first arrived here and they were really happy. I just found my first slime fossil on the island. It looks like such a happy little thing. You know, we still have no idea how these are formed. We can travel across the stars in the blink of an eye, but we don't know how this goofy face ends up in a rock? I think that's quite reassuring, really. I'm glad this world still has its mysteries to share. Oh, okay. So, are those not statues, but fossils? Those are like the dead remains of previous slimes? I don't know how to feel about that. Alright, here we go. Hey you, wherever you are out there, this message is for whoever built this place. I don't know why you built it or what happened to you, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to plant some stuff here to make it look nicer. I know I'm new here, so I don't mean to overstep, but if I do this, maybe some bees will stop by and this place will become an important part of the ecosystem. I hope that's okay with you. Well, that's nice, but you didn't really ask. Okay. So that happened. Okay. That's so cute. So he was talking about how in the old days he used to have a lot of fun riding around on the geysers. And the old one is just, yahoo! That's so cute. Alright, well, that was enjoyable. So that was number 5. Okay, made it to the next one. Okay, so this is the one in which they wish they could have said goodbye to their parents. Here we go. I think I've mostly tried to not think about leaving home. This island has so much to distract me, so much of it that's mine to study. But then I look out to the sea and see the sunrise, and I know that they're seeing the sunrise like that too. And all of a sudden, they're here with me. I hope they're okay, and I hope that someday they'll say that they are proud of me. Aww. Oh, they ran away from home and now they miss their parents. It's always sad when people have to cut ties with their family like that. I can tell you one thing for sure. It's a good thing I'm doing this last. All this running around I wouldn't have tolerated before. But since I don't have a lot of other stuff to do at the moment. Because now I gotta go all the way back to the cave. Okay, so this is the one where they're talking about the glass desert. Caves like this have always kind of creeped me out. The stone walls and the darkness, they made me feel trapped. I was always more at home being outdoors, with the sky or at least a tree canopy above my head and the soil beneath my feet. I suppose those feelings are the same ones that brought me here in the first place. Ah, okay. Whereas this one, it says, I feel at home here. They feel... See, this is like a perfect example of how people can contradict themselves or how people can change. One year you might feel like, oh, I hate this, I don't like this, and then the next year, like, as your taste buds change and your personality changes over time, you could grow to love that thing that you once hated. So this is a perfect example of how people can contradict themselves. Okay, finally the next one. I think I need to just sit here for a minute or three to catch my breath and collect myself. I was careless, too busy marveling at the tropical foliage here, and a geyser shot me into the air, almost dropping me right into a pit of lava. I sometimes worry I took on too much here, that I'm not ready to be on my own. Oh. So this is when they started. Okay. So now we're getting our lore pieces. Now we're gonna see what they did. But they said that the grass was already rainbowy when they first got here. So I wonder when they discovered the Prisma waves. Log number 9 is where that boom Gordo was. I wonder if we're gonna get more context about what that corporation did. This should be this person's first discovery of this cave. So this is really gonna be interesting to see. And here we are, back at Ember Valley? The labyrinth must wrap around most of the island. Geez, how long was I even in there? Next time I'm definitely bringing lunch, and an extra fork. In any case, I need to rest up and head right back in there. This is starting to feel like a truly amazing scientific and historical discovery. I need to make some calls. Oh no! So there was a labyrinth here, and they... This is when they did it. No, this is when they called those people. And this is when they thought they were talking to engineers, but instead they were talking to corporate people. So it's from here they were gonna see it all collapse, I think. Okay, so now we're in our veggie eater area because apparently there's a drone here that I straight up didn't get. And I think I could hardly be blamed for this because I don't hear it. Yeah, here we go. It's like a whole island over there. And unless you were looking for this specifically, I don't think you would have found that easily. I had been pacing all over the conservatory after it happened, my mind racing with what I should have done differently. I felt so guilty, so misguided. I ended up in these ruins, and I just slumped against one of the walls, totally exhausted. The stones were so solid and cold, and I felt the weight of the history they carried with them. And then a tiny bug, crawling along one of the cracks in the wall, slipped inside it and vanished. It passed through these ancient stones as if they were smoke. That's when it all came to me. Oh boy, did he make the Prisma waves? History is a funny thing. When you're young, you're told how important it is, how it's the greatest teacher. But when you see the people out there with power, the ones making history, and they ignore the past. I suppose I'm no different. In a way, I'm out here trying to escape my family's history. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I really want this. Is this supposed to refer back to when this person called the corporate people to come and look at the ruins or whatever? They're desecrating the ruins in favor of money, in favor of doing what they want, and how this person is basically doing the same thing by ignoring his family's desires to have him be a rancher. Oh my god. Well, you know what? Fuck it. It was a shortcut. I didn't even have anything on my person. You see, this one's interesting because it says, geez, talking about the past sure resonates these days. I wonder what profound thoughts I had back then, and now we can see what thoughts they had back then. Ugh, I forgot my fork. Looks like it's hand noodles again. Well, that explains what they meant before when they said that they remembered to bring an extra fork into the labyrinth. This is the one next to our meat eater area. These tide pools remind me of when I would go to the beach with Mom and Dad. I never wanted to swim, I was too scared to do it. Instead, I would wade in a tide pool and read this old book my mom had about a legendary explorer. They were a slime rancher who trekked across the entire far, far range, making discoveries that would go on to make history. I used to dream about being someone like that, being fearless and just diving into new adventures. I guess this is my chance. Ooh, is that the story of Hobson that they read, or the story about Beatrix? Wait. This old book my mom had about a legendary explorer. Oh my god, is this the kid of Thora and Hobson? Oh my god, did they turn into a scientist? Oh, someone's got something to say. Is it Thora? Is she gonna tell me about how this is her kid? It's Thora! Oh? Oh. She's just here to give me shit. And my god, am I invested in this now. I want to see what happens here. Like, what the fuck did this person do? What's their name? I don't even have their name! Okay, so I found the next one. Yeah. This is one where it's talking about the Prisma waves and how they react, or they change things in each area. What a fascinating place. I've never seen floors split in two different chromatic variations like this before. On one side, beautiful shimmering oranges and golds, and on the other, deep verdant greens. It's extraordinary. Oh no. Oranges and golds on the other side, verdant greens? No, we got red, we got green, or we got pink and blues, like red and blues. Each one lost their yellow to them, their sheen. Unless that was during a different season? I don't know. But that just goes to show that this person isn't the one who caused the accident that Ogden mentioned, that this whole split down the middle. He says that screams accident to him. That wasn't this person who did that. Now this one I'm very curious about, because this guy was vague as shit about the secret. But I doubt his younger self would have been as vague. I am a genius! I've made so many great discoveries on this island, but this latest one changes everything. I found a giant mushroom cap here about the size of a pizza, turned it upside down, added sauce, cheese, peppers, and some other mushrooms, baked it, and voila. I'm going to call it Mega Mushroom Pizza, and I'm going to eat it every day. Oh. So the greatest botanical discovery of this person's life is the fact that they can be made into a fucking pizza. Well, they found a way to make a pizza on an island. Good for them. They're a pizza shit. Hey, what's going on here? This isn't one of the drones. No, this is one of the waterfalls, and I found a cave behind it. And it immediately linked to this here phosphor door. Or no, wait, that's an angler. Damn it. Since I'm right here, let me get this. Alright, so this is this one. I love this spot because it lets you take in so much of the island. The sounds of slimes hopping about, the birds chirping, the wind as it moves through the trees, and the waves of the sea all coming together like a song. There is music in nature if we only just sit and listen, and I have a whole lifetime on this island to do just that. So when did they discover that the thing that they did in calling those people was wrong? When did they discover the Prisma waves? Let's try this again. Open, says me. feel like I've been in this cave before. Probably. This is just another cut-through point. I get free shit here. Cave pillar. Neat-o-rific. That's what I want on my ranch, is a pillar.